Live from the heart of West Texas, this is Frontline News with Brent Clark. Here's your guest host, Jimi Hendrix. Hello everyone. I'm going to help you make sense of this crazy world we're living right now, this supposed new normal. I gotta say, here in West Texas, I haven't seen so much of this new normal that the rest of the country has. Today, this episode is going to be called Biden Mandates Fantasyland. So, with that, we're going to go into conservative news. Hoping all goes well there. Oh, this thing likes to jump around. Alright. I think the one that sounds the best is going to be, we're going to go to Breitbart News. Okay? Joe Biden campaigning for Terry McAuliffe after he called President unpopular in Virginia. So he's out campaigning. He's out campaigning for McAuliffe. Even though the governor himself says he's unpopular. There's reactivity on both sides of the aisle, gentlemen. Alright, you think about that. The McAuliffe race is heating up. It's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black. I think both are pretty unpopular right now, especially in this country. So we're gonna go ahead and just we're gonna move right along. See if we can find another story that I believe is worth covering. You see, the problem with the news media is that they keep repeating the same cycle. Okay. FNC's Carlson Biden actively and intentionally breaking federal law. Presidents have been impeached for less. Ooh! Now that sounds kind of like a juicy tale here. Let's see how this goes. Of course, they have a video feed for it. Monday, FNC host Tucker Carlson opened his program questioning the Biden administration's willingness to ignore federal immigration law as it seemingly turns a blind eye to illegal immigrants crossing over the U.S.-Mexico border. Okay, I understand that that's an issue. But what about the macrocosm here? They overlooked the Constitution, the federal Constitution. That's the beginning of laws of the land. Ignoring the federal Constitution when it comes to mandates. Ignoring the federal Constitution when it comes to border and sovereignty. Okay? And so, you think about it. Biden, I don't think he's very competent right now. And he's living in like a fantasy land. Campaigning for McAuliffe when McAuliffe has already said he's unpopular in Virginia. And just basically breaking or ignoring every law. And if I remember correctly, we are a society that has a rule of law. Okay. We're gonna cover as much as we can here today. Get out of this part of Breitbart News. There we go. Gavin Newsom and entourage of 22 Democrats officials to jet to Glasgow to save climate. You know, that don't make any sense. We got to save the climate. Climate change and stuff. Okay, alright, look. I don't know that much about this issue. I believe that in such a thing as protecting the environment and conservation. But it just seems like there's a bit of a hypocrisy, okay? We got high gas and oil prices around the country, and of course it's benefiting down here in West Texas and everything, but they are no doubt getting in private jets and flying down to Glasgow, Scotland, to discuss climate change. What an oxymoron. What a paradox. I mean, come on. There's a serious problem there. These people, like, they preach one thing, live another, and expect us to think that they're going to live in fantasy land. Here's another one. Exclusive. American Action Network releases ad calling on Democrat Tom O'Halloran to stop Pelosi's radical agenda. Woo! Ha, Breitbart. Alright? This is story number 4. We're going to stop eventually, though. We're going to stop eventually. American Action Network, AAN, released an ad Tuesday morning. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and see what's going on here with Breitbart.
Liberals spend your money, but take care of themselves. It's a cynical Washington game. $200 million for a park in Pelosi's district. Special tax breaks for Hollywood, the media, elite liberal universities. They're even giving $80 billion in handouts for illegal immigrants, while most small businesses face a tax hike. And working people pay more, but get less. Tell Tom O'Halloran to protect Arizona's border and stand up to Pelosi's tax and spending scam.
I want you to think about this. It seems to be a fair ad, isn't it? The thing that you need to understand is this. Even Bill Clinton, okay, but this is where I go after both sides of the aisle for the good and bad. Even President Bill Clinton, who I voted for in 92 and against in 96, had more sense than what we have now. We're Democrats in Congress, and but the only thing I got to say against Clinton on this particular issue is small business, which is something I'm passionate about. If Clinton waited until 1997 to give tax breaks to small business, it just really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Hope you enjoyed listening to Frontline News. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of Frontline News. Receive daily updates. This is Frontline News, and until next time, be proactively informed.